Hello everyone! Happy New Year! Welcome to my channel. On this channel I talk about fragrance, skincare, fashion, and the finer things in life, and today we are doing a perfume haul. So, what's going on? I am in a no-buy, and this no-buy will, hopefully, fingers crossed, will continue until the end of April. So basically my birthday is on the 23rd of April, so I'm not buying any full bottles until my new age. But so far I have acquired a couple, namely 11 bottles that I have never talked about on my channel. So I wanted to turn my iPhone XR, with which I'm filming with you right now, and come here and have a chat with you. Here's the thing. I'm in Pittsburgh, and I'm gonna tell you. Let me see. It is 4:09 p.m. here in Pittsburgh, and the weather is atrocious, of course. It's almost like 32 Fahrenheit, and I think it might be snowing outside. So I was gonna go out for a walk, but the whole thing is miserable. It's very gray too. And I was looking at Instagram, and I was looking at my computer screen, and I was like, come on, you have to shake it off. All right, so I kind of like, got myself ready, turned my cell phone on, and I grabbed my bottles, 11 of them here. And I also have my drink. Let me show you my drink too. So I have my signature Ruth Bader Ginsburg mug here. So I have caffeine-free Diet Pepsi here. Let me take a sip, speaking of. And here we are. So if you want to chat with me regarding these 11 fragrances that I have added to my collection, are they really must-haves? Are they prone to decluttering? What's going on? This video is fun. This might be a long video, so as always, go grab a drink if you're feeling a little thirsty, or go grab a snack if you're feeling a little hungry. New year, new us, maybe a healthy snack, protein bar, whatever. Listen to your heart. Come find me here. Drinks, fragrances, Pittsburgh, and let's have fun. Let's go. Whoa, okay. So before I start my list and go into the details of these new additions to my collection, I'm going to tell you something though. Just because I'm showing you the full bottles and just because I am telling you that I purchased these, don't feel obliged to buy these fragrances or decant them. Sometimes what my observation is, we want to try as many fragrances, as many perfumes as possible, and for that reason we buy decants. And when you look back, the money you spend on decants just add up, and it just magnifies, and it just it's like like a 1-2 full bottle price. And I was like, okay, did I just spend this much money on plastic decants with 2-3 milliliters in them? So I think we have let's take a moment of silence for our no-buy, and let's just say in 2022 we're going to be more selective. We're going to buy only the fragrances that we fall in love with, head over heels. And when it comes to decanting and sampling, maybe we will be more conservative too. If there is a bottle in a department store, we're going to go and try there. And if one time is not enough, we're going to go back and try again. And one more thing though, if you want to see how the fragrance really dries down, go there with a cotton pad in a really small Ziploc bag, and have the sales associate spray the fragrance on the cotton pad, kind of like a makeup pad, and put it in the Ziploc bag, write down the name, label, and let it sit. What my observation is, what my experience is, this just gives you an incredible idea about the dry down of the fragrance. So that is really, really recommended, because when we spray it on our skin, and then we spray a lot of fragrances when we go to the store, and everything gets scrambled. We just don't know what's going on. I was like, okay, the opening of this is really good. It's fantastic. So, and then your credit card starts talking to you, buy me, buy me. And you are like, okay, you buy that fragrance, but you come home and then like the fantastic opening just disappears. It was just like a decoy kind of thing to make you buy at the spot, but then the real life of the fragrance on your skin or on your clothing is actually not that fantastic like the opening. So that kind of like sampling strategy worked for me. I just wanted to throw it out there since we are having heart-to-heart conversation in this first video of 2022. I was just so bored, so it's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a long one. Bear with me. Let's have fun. And another thing, whoa, that is really important that I would like to tell you is that on this channel, I'm so glad you clicked on this video, and on this channel, I only review fragrances that I purchase with my own money. No PR, no gift. I'm not going to be doing a perfume haul and, exposing you to all the free stuff that was sent to me. And I'm not going to be saying that, I like it, I like it, I like it. Of course, if you gift me 10 fragrances, I'm going to like maybe not 5 of them, but 2 of them for sure. But then, it's conflict of interest. Do you see what I mean? So whatever you see on this channel, it's been more than a year, is purchased with my own money, and I don't sugarcoat my opinions. I don't like, love, adore each and every single fragrance on the face of the planet. And you know what? Some fragrances, they need to stay on the shelf. They don't need to be purchased by us. They are just optional, and some of them are straight up bad concoctions. So when it comes to that, these are solely my opinions, but I'm not sugarcoating them. I'm just telling them because I have no affiliation with any brand, or actually I don't have any free stuff that I'm talking to you about. So I'm not really cutting, splitting, editing my videos to the T, or because it's just I can tell anything I want. It's just you and I, and well, we're just gonna jump right into it. And well, looking at this list, 11 fragrances, I have designer fragrances, I have niche fragrances, whatever that means in 2022, because niche, the definition of niche is very blurred these days. So I guess I have an indie brand too. It's kind of like a small, very, very niche brand too. I have very expensive stuff. I have a very famous brand actually here on YouTube, which sends a huge amount of PR to everyone, so everyone is talking about that brand. But when it comes to my videos, I'm just gonna give you the real scoop because I paid my own money. I actually tried a lot of fragrances from that brand. We're gonna get to that. All right. So the first one is my Decadence Special Edition Rouge K whatever, because this bottle, in contrast with the original Decadence Marc Jacobs, this is gold shiny with that red, dark red with black snake skin, and this is the 90 ml presentation, I believe. This is made in Spain, and no, this is 100 ml, and this is exactly the same smell as, in my opinion, original Decadence Eau de Parfum. So I think Decadence is fading away from the market. It's gonna get discontinued if it hasn't been already. So it's in TJ Maxx, Marshalls, but what they have in there is that also Decadent or Divine Decadence. But this one, this original one, is really hard to find these days. And when I saw this special edition, and I was like, okay, this is a clubbing scent. This is mature, but this is also energetic, woody, feminine, also powdery, and above all, this is a unique designer fragrance in my eyes. Am I dying for this? Absolutely not. I'm not dying for any shit from Marc Jacobs, but I think this is worth looking at, in my opinion. Let's just spray this here. Well, not a bad sprayer. It's a fresh opening, a little piney, kind of woody. There's also makeupy effect, maybe iris as well. This is definitely woody, powdery, a little greenish, feminine fragrance, clubbing, sexy, mature, a boss lady maybe, or boss guy, or gay, or lesbian, or whatever, hermaphrodite. You know, I don't believe in sex, gender, whatever things on this channel. I only believe in feminism. Oh my god! Oh, I dropped the bottle. Well, here it is. All right. Crisis averted. It's not broken or anything because the room I'm in, our bathroom, is actually carpet. So it worked. Carpet works too when it comes to dropping fragrances. All right. So if you like Marc Jacobs and if you like Decadence and if you want to go clubbing and the bus stand, kind of like a sexy female stand with miserable performance. All right, I have to tell you about the performance. I think the performance in this one is abysmal. Oh my god, like 2-3 hours on my skin, and you have to reapply it. You have to be carrying your bag with you at all times, like at the airport. Like at the airport. So, or you just have to spray the shit out of the bottle on your hair or on your clothing. The performance is very lacking, but the fragrance, not that much. So fragrance is not that bad, and there is a vibe to this fragrance that I'm here for, and therefore I have this limited edition bottle. All right, so the next one, whoa, is a brand based in Amsterdam, Netherlands, I think, but the perfumer, the woman, is Italian, and she's called Francesca Bianchi, and I have tried all of her fragrances. I also have tried the Divine Perversion because she has a second brand called Hedonic, and I think she came up with a raspberry leather suede accord fragrance called Divine Perversion, which I acquired a sample from Lucky Sands and I tried. And in addition to that, I'm going to show you actually, I have tried everything from her. Oh, I also tried Lancôme Volupté, the newest one. I think I have tried all 13 or 12 fragrances from Francesca Bianchi, and I would like to make a brand overview for her. So kind of like truth about Francesca Bianchi, because you know on this channel I have that truth about fragrance brands videos. One of them, a very controversial one, is about Fragrance du Bois, which I don't like at all. So you can go and check that video. I am venting out a lot on that one. Hey, I'm not gonna be digressing a lot. So today, after trying all of the fragrances from Francesca Bianchi, I decided to buy the Lover's Tale. Okay, one thing before I jump into the details of this one, I'm not going to be putting the pictures of bottles on the screen, and I am going to be writing down, though, the names and the timestamps of all the fragrances that I'm talking about today in the order of appearance in this video. So in the future, if you want to come back to this video, please do. You can just like go in the description box and click on the timestamp. That would be very helpful because this video, I think we're in like 30 minutes already, 1-3, so it's gonna be a long one. Please hang in there. I have a lot of things to discuss. Well, the Lover's Tale. Oh my god, the opening smells like number 2. I have to be really honest. When I first sprayed this, Justin was in the other room and he was like, oh my fucking god, is the toilet overflowing? I was like, fuck, this is very animalic. It's not that like civetty or castoreum kind of animalic, but that the leathery, musky thing with that awkward sweetness in here. Wow, the first 45 minutes, straight up shit. I'm gonna tell you. But be patient, like I was. So, you get used to it. There's that animalicness, there's that leathery thing that kind of like hits you and, you know, shakes you up. But if you get past that period, what this becomes is very sensual, musky, leathery, kind of like a Johnson & Johnson Band-Aid vibey, honeyed skin scent and a very, very long lasting skin scent. So I know it is risky to spray this because it's potent, but I'm gonna be spraying one time and I would like to show you her spray, which is really good. You see, it's like that cloud and it's very homogeneous. And this is exactly what you should do when you are spraying your skin. If you spray this very targeted on one spot in your skin, that animalicness that I am actually smelling right now stays longer than 45 minutes and you start to panic and you are like, okay, am I in a sewage? Or like, did I just drop in manure? kind of thing, but fret not, you did not. It's just that go with kind of like a little distance spray and let it settle on your skin more uniformly with this fragrance, and always be careful with the dose of the fragrance. So I think 3-4 sprays on your skin is more than enough, and on your clothing, oh my god, very, very careful. It stays like more than 48 hours. But what stays on your clothing is not that, shitty animalic thing, but that, the honeyed, leathery vibe, that musky vibe lives on and on and on, which I'm here for. I bought this. I think this is her most unique concoction because when we look at her portfolio, the other fragrances, one way or another, they dry down to a same vibration. So when I look at the notes of the fragrances, everything has iris in it, which is perfect. I think this is her signature, and the whole idea, encompassing idea of her scale, like range, is kind of like the sex, which I am here for. I hope we have more of that in 2022. But this, I think, is the most like striking one. This is the sexiest. So you have to be liking leather scents. You have to be okay animalic opening. You have to have a trained nose. I'm not saying that, trained means like an expert nose. I'm not an expert nose either. You have to be enjoying niche fragrances. You have to be appreciating a different scent portfolios. If you like sweets, if you like honey, if you like a little kind of like yellow flowery white with combined with huge sensuality, I think Lover's Tale, I don't know how to explain this. I think there is nothing else on the market right now. I think this is completely unique. I understand that Band-Aid vibe here, it kind of like shows and goes away in the dry down, but I like that too. It's quite different. Francesca Bianchi, I think she is doing art. She is creating liquid emotions, like she says, and I would like to do a brand overview as well for that one. But for today, our focus is the Lover's Tale. Alright, so the third fragrance is actually, oh my god, let me take a sip. Alright, you do that. You do that too. House of Sillage. Whenever I look at YouTube, House of Sillage, everyone has the free bottles and everyone is liking all of their creations. And I was like, I know this brand. I tried this brand even when I was even on YouTube. This here, Whispers of whatever collection. And I have the full bottle too. So what I'm going to do in 2022, I'm going to do a huge brand overview on House of Sillage once and for all, because everything you see here, I purchased with my own money. House of Sillage is not sending me shit. Not that I'm accepting shit from any brand, but, well, I'm going to give you the scoop. So, they have this new collection called Whispers of Seduction Noir. Kind of like a darker side of Whispers of collection, so which I tried as well. So in that collection, the most recent release is called Whispers of Seduction, and this was on sale when I purchased this in November or beginning of December. I don't remember. So the reason I went and blind bought this is the notes: apple, marshmallow, kind of like the caramelized oud vapor. I was like, marshmallow. Does it like love? Don't be shy. Oud, whoa, kind of like a sweet oud. It felt like my cup of tea, and I'm gonna tell you, it does not smell bad. I don't think this brand smells bad at all. But whatever they do is a derivation of something that has occurred in the fragrance world before, which is still okay. They just package it in a very uh, nice manner. I don't mind the cupcakes actually. You might be liking them a lot. They are heavy, they are very high quality, and I think the glass here, the corners feel really smooth. I think they went through a special treatment or something. Fine cut, very heavy, and the lid as well. It's really nice, and I don't mind the cupcakes. I don't. Some hate these presentation. It feels tacky. It feels garish, kind of. But I'm okay with that. As long as what the smell inside the juice inside the bottle is speaking to me. So in my video where I talked about beginner oud fragrances, I actually recommended a fragrance from this brand called Passion de l'Amour. That is a great sweet oud fragrance. So if you think Lancôme's oud bouquet is like chocolate praline oud, that one over there, that Marc Bergston, I don't know the name, the perfumer created, is kind of like oud bouquet, but more like a tropical fruity sweet oud, and I like that a lot. And it's a beginner oud, perfect oud fragrance with high longevity, high concentration. This one smells nice. There is sweet fresh opening, and when I first sprayed this, and I'm gonna do right now as well, and the spray not bad at all. It's high quality presentation. I was like, okay, are we in the black opium Yves Saint Laurent world? And I was like, no, we don't have coffee. I mean, there is an allusion to black opium. And I'm not a big fan of black opium. I think black opium should be retired. It's not because it smells bad. It's just because I'm over it. But then it dissipates, there's like the marshmallow sweetness with apple, and I like the opening. And I think this opening will garner compliments for sure. But that opening goes away on my skin so quickly, and what is left on my skin is kind of like a sweet, kind of like powdery, woody skin scent. And I was like, okay, is this it? I wanted more. And actually, House of Sillage gave me more with a couple of their creations actually. Whispers of Truth, Noir, Passion de l'Amour. I mean, they are more noteworthy. But this here, although it smells nice, I was disappointed, and I was like, do I regret buying this? Maybe I do. Am I ready to declutter? No, because I would like to do a huge brand overview, not sponsored, not PR, no gift, on House of Sillage, and I would like to review all the fragrances with 10 15 words quickly, and I just want to give you the real scoop on the brand to this whole fragrance world on YouTube, because everything I see, every fragrance review I search and find regarding this brand is paid. And I was like, this is conflict of interest. Of course, if they send you 15 or the whole fragrance line, yes, of course you will like some. Like I do. I like Passion de l'Amour. I like Whispers of Truth, or, Noir. So this is what my take on Whispers of Seduction. It's not bad. It does not smell ugly, but I think I regret buying this. And we're going to be talking about more regarding this brand on my channel in 2022. I cannot believe I'm pronouncing this. There are 3 twos in the year we are living right now. Wow. Alright, so the next brand we are going to talk about today, no other than Roja Parfum. So, I am a big, very huge Roja Dove fan. I think his creations are like no other on the market. His blending is second to none. It's just incredible blending. And the Aguilera, Chypre Extraordinaire, many other. I like his creations. I like Britannia too. That, the thing he does with the blending and then the violety, powdery iris thing going on with a good night kiss. So opulent, so good. But the one I'm going to be talking about today is actually Roja Parfum Enslaved Parfum. This is a good fragrance too. Roja does deliver again in this one. Yes, if you look at Fragrantica, there is a claim that this is alluding to uh, prior vintage fragrances, and I believe that is true because this is what Roja does, but then he takes the concept maybe and then he processes it in a more modern way, and then that modern way is met with really high quality ingredients and bottled up in a really nice cool presentation like this. And I think brands like Fragrance du Bois or Nishane are copying one way or another Roja's presentations. I just have to be honest. This one here, Carnation. If you like carnation, and if you like sweet carnation with vanilla, with some depth, vintagey depth to it, this depth here will catch you. It's really nice. The opening, I think I sprayed this here on my hand. It still smells while I was filming the Turkish video. By the way, should we do that? Yes, let's do that. This is a bilingual channel. Each and every video comes in two different languages. One of them is in Turkish. I just filmed that. The other one is in English, and you and I, we are just filming it. We are just talking about it right now. And thank you so much for watching it. And this channel is bilingual. Each and every video, two languages, they are exactly the same. So one thing you should do is that always check for that American flag, which I have on the thumbnails. If you see that with the heart, then that's an English video, and then you should go and click on it if your preferred language is English. Or there are playlists on the channel, one playlist, two different languages. Always search for the English one and watch them if you would like to support me. Well, this here, there's a fresh opening. Of course, when it comes to Roja, there is that always like fresh opening that is so very well blended and leads you to that creation that in the heart. Here, I'm getting a lot of carnation. I'm getting a little vintage vanilla kind of floralness. And there's also a little sourness maybe just to balance out the vanilla sweetness. I like this a lot. If you like vintage fragrances like me, and if you like perfumey, opulent, kind of like French perfumery like fragrances, I think Enslaved, which is discontinued, I believe right now, could be your cup of tea. I don't know if I'm ready to declutter this or not. I might be because I'm in need of cash, totally emotional. But alas, first time on my channel, Roja. And I would like to tell you one thing about Roja, which this is a little controversial, but I'm gonna have an heart-to-heart with you. So, I like the brand a lot. I'm telling you, I like the brand a lot. But when I look at YouTube, that Essence de Parfum collection, purple bottles, they send out free Roja bottles almost everyone, which is okay. But when we look at the fact that Roja is a luxury brand, and luxury means that a brand needs to position itself in a very specific manner that it cannot be easily reached. It's not because we all need Roja in our lives. So my life is not better just because I have Roja parfums here in my collection, or if you don't have any Roja in your collection, you're still fine. They are not life-changing. Life goes on and, it's still okay. But it's luxury, and then if you just like crank out fragrances free kind of, and if they are tossed around by reviewers who actually really don't know what they are talking about, fragrances that are actually as complex, as well made, and as high quality as Roja Parfums, I see a discrepancy here. And then, looking back, real customers like me, my old Roja bottles I purchased with my own money, and I was like, okay, so where did we go wrong? We appreciate him, we appreciate Roja Dove, Roja Parfums, and we are okay with spending that much money on a fragrance because we are here for the quality. We are purchasing the whole thing, the package, the brand, the positioning, the quality, the exclusivity. But then, you giving up a lot of PR to people that, kind of reviews them, but then, kind of inserts Roja into the mainstream. It kind of, deterred me from the brand. And, my next purchase from him will be Chypre Extraordinaire. And I'm like right now sitting. And then, why do I need to charge my credit card for, like, whatever? I think on sale I can get it for like $1,500 or $1,400 for a fragrance that someone else, just because, they're on YouTube or something, will get the free bottle and talk about like, oh, butterflies, flowers, blah blah, kind of like not really appreciating the fragrance, will get it for free. I don't know. I am kind of like a different place, kind of like purgatory when it comes to Roja. This is still one of my favorite brands, if not my favorite. But I just wanted to tell you what I feel, really, as we enter the new year and as we try to be more selective, more conservative, more critical of our collections and our purchases. So when I see a lot of PR like House of Sillage, like Roja, unfortunately with the Essence collection that everyone gets it, free bottles, they're tossed around, and then, kind of like they are mainstream, it just kind of makes me like more pulled away from the brand. Let's just stop it right there before making it much more controversial. Okay, so the next fragrance, which is the fifth fragrance that we are talking about today, is actually Le Lion de Chanel. And I have a 75 milliliter bottle of made in France Chanel Les Exclusifs Le Lion de Chanel. So I'm going to be writing something on the screen, which is Shalimar, with CHA Limar. Okay, so this is what Shalimar would have smelled like had Chanel created Shalimar in 2000s. Was that correct grammar? I wanted to do type 3 conditional. I hope I was able to. Okay, so you got the hang of it. All right. So this smells like Shalimar, but I think, I'm gonna be very honest, this is better than Shalimar. I cannot wear Shalimar. I like Shalimar, but Garant Shalimar, the way it pulls kind of like that ashtray vibes on my skin, to me is just making me upset. I'm not here for that. Although I appreciate the fragrance a lot, I find it unbearable when it comes to our daily lives. I'm not talking about the flankers. I'm talking about the original Eau de Parfum. However, this here, whoa. So I did a video on all of the Chanel Les Exclusifs. Whoa, all of them. I think 18 or 19 of them. It's on the channel and it's a comprehensive buying guide. And if you are into this exclusive line from Chanel, I think you have to watch that video. And I think 18 fragrances, and I divided them into 3 groups. And the last 6 Chanel fragrances are my favorites, and I think Le Lion de Chanel was in that group, and it has grown on me ever since. Well, it has grown on me so much so that I have the full bottle right now. There is a citrusy opening here, but this citrus opening is not like that bathroom cleaning citrusy vibe that I hate in fragrances. This is there, and it lives longer than that. It's not that explosive. It's in the background with that leather, with that kind of like Shalimar vibe, vanilla here. I think what Chanel did here is that they looked at Shalimar and they looked at the Oriental world, and they came up with this great Oriental ambre fragrance for their exclusive line. They have 2 Oriental ambre fragrances, in my opinion, in the less exclusive line. One of them being Coromandel, and I think Coromandel smells great, but I have Sergioff Richwood, which, in my opinion, is an upgrade from Coromandel. That's why I don't have the full bottle. But this oriental, this ambery, warm, leathery vanilla, citrus vanilla, Shalimar kind of thing here has grown on me a lot. I am so glad I have this. Look at that. Whoa, I've been spraying this. And you know what? On another positive note, I think this has the best performance when it comes to Chanel's. This exclusive line. Okay, so whoa, so we are going to be moving on Lancôme, and we're going to be talking about the private line again, the line where we have Oud, Bouquet, Jasmin, Marzipan, Parfait de Rose. But today, oh, all right. So before we go into that, I have again a video on my channel where I talked about 5 Lancôme fragrances, and I said they are my favorite Lancôme fragrances. And considering the addition of these 2 new bottles, I still stand behind that list. I think that list still stays unaltered. So it's still valid, but these 2, they're not bad either. And I'm just going to give you the scoop on them. And the first one is actually here and called Oud Ambroisie. So let's do something different here. Let's go more systematically. Let's do more like a lecture like. So before we go into this, there is a fragrance from a brand called Unique Luxury. All right. Unique Luxury normally kind of covers the fragrances that have been made, and then they bottle them in a bottles that are quasi attractive, quasi ugly. They are a Turkish brand. However, in their portfolio there is a fragrance called Crush on Me. Crush on Me is a gourmand fragrance. It's a fresh, kind of like a spicy caramel patchouli fragrance, which alludes to the original formulation of Angel. But if Angel was created in 1995, and if Angel were to be created in 2021, I think she would have smelled like Crush on Me. Still, Unique Luxury is still covering the fragrances, is still doing reiterations of what we have already smelled. But that being said, I am in love with Crush on Me. That is a great gourmand fragrance. The performance is out of this world, and the sillage, when it comes to dry down, that caramel patchouli is so mouth-watering, and it's so good. I like that. I finished up my decan, and I'm looking into getting a full bottle actually in the new year after my new buy. Well, we'll see. However, keep that in mind what I just said about like the gourmand, caramel, and patchouli dry down. When it comes to here, what we have here is honey, oud, cedarwood, rose, and capital letters honey, honey, honey. Okay, so oud here is not that prominent. It gives the depth, it gives that stickiness, it makes the fragrance really sit well on your skin. And this is most of the time what real oud does actually. When Roja uses oud, real oud, in his creations, it's just more to give that, different aspect, edge, and then the fragrance lives a better, more deep, meaningful life on your skin. And I feel like oud here does the same thing. But what is coming to my nose predominantly is honey and woody patchouli notes. And as this dries down, in the ultimate dry down, what I get is honey and patchouli. So if we think that, that caramel kind of like the sugar, ethyl maltitol, whatever kind of thing, patchouli dry down is like a more European thing. Think this as like a more Middle Eastern, Arabic, honey patchouli. It's very Arabic, it's very Middle Eastern, which I am living for. I'm here for this. The performance is great. It lives a beautiful life on your skin. It lives a longer life on clothing, but this can be cloying. I'm gonna be honest. This is very sweet. This is very honey predominant. This is overloaded with honey and the patchouli, and I don't think this has any freshness to balance that out. This is a pure oriental gourmand fragrance, in my opinion. Ambroisie apparently is a food or a plant that immortals ate in ancient Greek. So I don't know what we are eating today here with this, but oud is agar wood, so I don't know. But it's delicious. So assemblage, bois d'oud is the oud essence, and the bois de cèdre essence, patchouli essence, yeah. And the signature rose miel, rose and honey is the signature accord they created for this Oud Ambroisie fragrance. Lancôme private line, that expensive line, is nice. Technically, in my opinion, they are very linear, but it's not a bad thing really. So you spray something on your skin, you like the smell, and it stays like that for the rest of its life, or her life, or his life, or whatever, their life, and it's great. So if you are into that kind of thing, and if you are into very high quality ingredients, I think Lancome's more expensive line could be your choice. The other Lancôme that I'm going to talk about today is actually a discontinued fragrance, which is a very liked fragrance on Fragrantica, and it is called Lavandes Trianon. Lavandes Trianon. Alright, so lavender. Many say this is richer, sluttier, sister or girlfriend who went to Dubai and who attended gangbangs and came back as Lavandes Trianon, but this is still kind of like the Montgarlan sister, or Montgarlan Intense Eau de Parfum's girlfriend. Still, it's like a richer, sluttier, deeper, sweeter sister of Montgarlan, more oriental. Gangbangs in Dubai. Let's think about that. Well, it is true. I agree with that. In contrast with many reviewers, I don't find the opening in this fragrance very herbal. There is lavender here and it comes through, but I don't think it's that herbal. I'm not a big fan of lavender, but I'm okay with lavender in here. But as this dries down, I'm gonna tell you something. This gets very sweet. This gets very milky, almost like the condensed milk. Feeling to this fragrance is very palpable. It's very tangible on your nose. And what I'm reading here is that when it comes to the signature of this, it's vanille cristallisé, crystallized vanilla sugar, and you feel that with that condensed milk, with that sweetness. This is a sweet fragrance. I'm gonna tell you that there is an undeniable gourmand sweetness in here after that initial lavender blast that you're gonna feel, and you need to be okay with that. And with that milkiness, it is delicious, it is cozy, it's calming. Yes, I prefer this over Montgarlan Eau de Parfum or Montgarlan Intense Eau de Parfum, but I'm not in love with this as much as other people on Fragrantica or other reviewers are. It is beautiful. And the reason I purchased this, actually, I know that this is discontinued and this is very coveted. And I was like, I'm saying this on Fragrance by Canada for like, $160. And then, I pulled the trigger. Why not? Because this line is quality for sure. Regardless of the smell, this line, the bottle, heaviness, magnetic cap, and the ingredients are high quality. And I said, okay, I'm going to go and buy that. And I'm glad I have this. But I don't think this is as good as Oud Bouquet. I don't think this is as good as L'Autre Oud. I don't think this lives up to Tuberose Gaston, Parfait de Rose, or Santal Cardamom. Still, my picks, my top 5 picks from Lancôme. Alright, so the next fragrance I will be talking about today, no editing, no cutting, we're just moving one by one. You and I, we're here. Wow, we are in 43 minutes in this video, but well, alas. Bvlgari, and then we're going to be talking about this obnoxious, extremely ugly bottle called Garanat. This is a rose fragrance. This is an incensey rose fragrance, very linear with cinnamony touches. This is in their masculine line. However, this is perfectly unisex. If you like incense, if you like cinnamon, oh, battery low. Whoa. Okay, well, there we go. We have to speed things up. If you like this kind of rosy, fresh, cinnamony, incensey fragrance, linear unisex, you can look into this. The bottle is atrocious. I can't. I'm speechless. The cap is magnetic, but the fact that it is so ugly just takes away everything. This was recommended by a friend to me, and I was like, okay, I see it in the discount. I'm gonna blind buy this. Beautiful rose smell. I'm gonna tell you, beautiful. However, I don't think we need this. I don't know if I'm gonna declutter it or not. But if you want some masculine unisex rose, incense rose with kind of like a spicy cinnamony background, please look at this. But this private line from Bvlgari, I've tried a couple. I tried a couple in Boston in their store, and I'm not here for this. I think they are just packaged in a more extravagant way, but the smell inside is still smells designer. I don't know. No, I'm not here for that. I like a couple of their fragrances, Tuberose Mystique or Jasmin Noir, but still, I think the brand is a little not in my wheelhouse. All right, we are moving into Amouage, and we are going to be continuing with another rose incense smell, which, pun intended, Amouage Rose Enslaved. They came up with Silver Oud, and Cecil Zorakian created that one, but I'm not going to be trying that because I'm not going to be trying any more vanilla fragrances from Cecil Zorakian. And I did that last time with Material, and that is the letdown. I don't like that. It's very fleeting, and that is a repetitive fragrance, redundant, kind of like Grand Soir thing. Whatever. This is another rose incense with that Amouage signature to it. This feels watery. It's not like rose water. This feels diluted, but I think the life it lives on your skin is really good. It kind of like goes away and comes back. There is an Oriental ambre touch to it, but everything is so elegant. Everything is so simplistic here. So this is elegant, and this is quality, and this is still so simple. So if you want not sweet at all, rose scent, incensey scent with amouage quality, and if you want that fragrance to be not as heavy as other, like it doesn't feel as perfumey as others, but it doesn't feel like a body mist either because it's still high quality in rose and incense, I think this is a great one. I bought this for like $190 actually. Normally this is $405. So this was a blind buy because of the huge discount. I don't regret it. I think no one needs this, particularly. But if you like amouage and if you like rose and incense combination, this might be worth looking. The other amouage that I'm going to show you again is Gold Extrait. So I have only 4 amouage fragrances right now. I have a lot of amouage videos on my channel. Please watch them. But due to emotional reasons, financial reasons, and I like money more than amouage, I decluttered them, and right now I'm down to 4 amouages. One of them is Crimson Rocks. I am in love with this. Go check this one out. A great, great fragrance. The other one is Love Tuberose, one of my all-time favorite amouages. The other one is just, I've shown you, Rose Enslaved, and the other one here, the final one, is Gold Extrait. So I wanted an amouage, that amouage soapy signature fragrance, that chypre vibe, that ambre vibe, that white floral vibe with a perfect blending, and I want that vintage vibe from amouage, and I want with this Gold Extrait, and I'm so happy. This is not something maybe I'm not going to be wearing in my daily life, but spraying this inside my elbow here before going to bed, just giving me life. It's calming, it's vintagey, it slows everything down. There is that soapiness in the dry down that I'm here for. I think this is great. When I look at the amouages that, less talked about amouages, Ubar or Beloved or Dia or this, I think this is the way to go. And when I saw this in Extrait concentration, which is the older presentation, so it's not magnetic, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this one. Ubar, I find it unbearable. There is some dusty old feeling to that fragrance that I'm not here for. Beloved, although it smells nice, like Uber, there is a sharpness. There is that chamomile, I think, that, spoiled flower smell in that I'm not here for, but it dissipates in the dry down, it gets better. And Dia is actually a soap scent, it's a clean scent. And as you know, if you've been watching my channel, I'm not a big fan of Jean-Claude Elena because in my opinion, in my nose, he is creating fragrances for rooms and then outdoors. It's not there, I don't find them sensual, and I don't want to smell like a room refreshener or a room outside smell when it comes to my body. But this is his style, and this is what he has been doing with Hermes. That's why I'm actually not a big fan of Hermes fragrances. I'm in love with Birkin, but not the fragrances, because of that signature thing that which I find very outdoorsy, very not sensual, seductive, that room refreshener kind of strategy, or like designing approach that Jean-Claude Elena has in his perfumery. And I think Amouage is a very sensual blend, very oriental, and then they're very seductive and very cozy. But with Dia, I think he even managed to make Amouage kind of like a room smell, kind of like the clean smelling. So his style of creations is not speaking to me. It's just total preference. But Dia is a very nice fragrance too. But here I'm having Gold Extrait in my collection. All right, the last fragrance, and I'm gonna take a sip, and I'm gonna, whoa, this fragrance I like so much. But I'm gonna give you heads up. If you tried this fragrance, or if you are going to try this fragrance, and if you think, oh my god, is this the fragrance this fucking guy raved about the last 3-4 minutes of video? What the fuck? Please don't come for me. To me, yes, I like this a lot, but it's just a simple fact that it's a taste, it's a choice. So you might not like it as much as I do. Always decant, always try before buying the full bottle, which I did actually when it comes to Moresque Ballerina. I was on Fragrantica looking at fragrances, and this popped up, and I looked at the notes. Fruity opening, cotton candy, rose, and when it comes down, it's orris powder, iris, vanilla, musk, and I was like, ombrette seeds. Whoa, let me get a decant. Okay, I went on eBay and I got a 5 ml decant, and I drank it. I inhaled it. Oh my god, sweet, powdery, sharp, cozy, gourmandish, makeup, lipstick. Everything blended so beautifully. You know what? This is, think about Chanel numéro 18, number 18. If Chanel had invited me to their labs, because I'm an expert, I'm a perfume. No, I'm not kidding. Had I been invited to Chanel labs in order to create, in order to redesign Chanel number 18, it would have smelled like Moresque Ballerina. I think the connection between these two is the ombrette seeds. There is that sharp edge, kind of like a poking sensation that ombrette seeds give to a fragrance. But in here, that cotton candy, rose, orris powder, that fruitiness, sweetness, makeup, gourmand, and the way this fucking ballerina dries down on my skin is beautiful. The performance is not great. I would like to reapply this after 4 hours. But if you smell like this, even if your performance is 2 hours, take my money. Wow. The quality, the smell per se beats the pricing or the longevity or like the cost-effective notion of this. This is great, and the way this dries down on clothing, this turns everything into a very Laura Piana cashmere kind of feeling. Even it's like clothing from Target, polyester. Spray this on, whoa, Laura Piana cashmere feeling. So cozy, so inviting, so seductive, but at the same time keeping everything so light, airy, and flexible, like a ballerina. Wow, Moresque, you nailed it. in my opinion, with this one. This is a great fragrance, and for this reason, actually, I bought like 6, 7 more samples from the brand, which are on their way, and I'm gonna try them too. I cannot buy it because I'm in no buy, but this made me so intrigued. This is great. Give this a try if you like powdery scents, sweet scents, rosy, kind of like the makeupy lipstick vibe. Whoa! And if you like scents that are so cozy and seductive, give this a try. A great one. Well, I am so happy I got this fragrance. Well, and this is my last purchase before I went into my no buy. All right, 55 minutes. I have been running my mouth. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I want to know down in the comment section your New Year's resolutions. Are you in a no buy? What are you trying? What is your approach when it comes to your collection or fragrances? Let's be more critical. Let's be more conservative. Let's just only purchase fragrances that we really fall in love with. And this is my thing for now. Like the 11 fragrances before my no buy, I paid with my own money. And that, what I'm doing with this channel is actually I am being the channel that I would like to see on YouTube. Like, I am giving you the scoop, my emotions on regarding objects which were purchased with my own money. I think this is very transparent and honest. Well, let me know down in the comment section. Without making this video any longer, thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and supporting my channel. Subscribe, like this fragrance. I'm a feminist, and if you are a gay ally, this is your channel. Support, show your support, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Happy New Year.